We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. And in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. We're comic dispensers, we crack up all the censors. On Tiny Toon Adventures, get a dose of comedy. So here's at the Acres, it's a whole wide world apart. Our home sweet home, it stands alone, a cartoon work of art.
The scripts were rejected, expect the unexpected.
On Tiny Toon Adventures, it's about to start.
They're furry, they're funny.
They're Buzz and Buster Bunny. Montana Max has money. Elmira is a pain. He's hunting
And plucky,
Dizzy Devil yucky. Furballs are lucky. And Go-Go is insane. And at the university we earn our Toon degree. The teaching staff been getting laughs since 1933. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. It's Tiny Toon Adventures, come and join the fun. And now our song is done.
Welcome everyone to another two-tailed playthrough, and this time I bring to you Tiny Toon Adventures on the NES. Now, Tiny Toon Adventures was created in 1990 by Steven Spielberg and Warner Brothers Studios. It's set in the fictional city of Acme Acres, where most of the Tiny Toons and Looney Tunes characters live. The Tiny Toons attend Acme University, where the Looney Tunes, such as Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, teach them how to be funny. Now, of course, the school isn't in every episode, as they have their own misadventures and crazy antics just like Looney Tunes did. The show ran from 1990 to 1995 and had 98 episodes and 2 specials. Now, when I say episodes, each one usually had 2 or 3 little mini-adventures packed in it and one 30-minute spot. But enough about that. Let's get on with the game. First thing you'll see is Konami produced it. Hooray! Even though it's licensed, it's going to be a good game. Next, you'll see the title screen looks pretty good. You can hit start right away, but if you wait a few moments, the story sequence begins. And there you have it. Montana Max, one of the few human characters of the show, has kidnapped Babs Bunny for whatever reason, so it's up to Buster to save her. You start off by popping to World 1, where we meet Shirley the Loon. She lets us choose from 3 characters to be our partner characters. They're Plucky Duck, Dizzy Devil, and Furball. Now for this level, I'm going to be using Furball. Now the game is a simple platformer that's really fun and really well done. You can see the background is all lush, the designs are beautiful, the characters look true to their form, and it plays just like a simple platformer. Of course, the game is anything but simple, as the slightest mistake can lead to your downfall. Now, this little red ball here that I just got, that allows you to switch to your partner character, whose face you can see down in the middle of the screen. Right now, I just switched to Furball, who is the usually unlucky cat, although adorable, that has all the misfortune fall upon him. Now, at the end of each stage, you run into the exit where you get the stage clear screen. It tallies up your points, your score, which means pretty much nothing. And you go on to the next level. For each level, you're going to be jumping around, most likely jumping on multiple enemies, various enemies rather. That could be either large rats like that one, or it could be flying ducks, anything like that. Now, Furball's special ability, as each of the 3 characters has a special ability, is he can climb up walls and such, as I just did a moment ago. Now this door here, each second level, each world consists of 3 levels, and the second level in each world has a white door in it. When you go in, you meet Hampton, who is the junior pig based off Porky Pig, and he will total up your carrots that you collect, and if you have 30 carrots, he'll give you a life, 1 life for every 30 carrots. It's a nice little way to get lives. So now I have 3 lives, as I had 49 carrots. Gonna jump on this duck here and proceed on. Now, as I said, Furball can climb up objects, which makes him pretty useful, and he also has the best jump in the game. Now, that's Arnold the Pitbull, who is based off of who's a spoof of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's always suntanning or bodybuilding or whatever in the show. He throws barbells at you, and it's best to just avoid him as he's not worth taking out. Now this stage happens after the second stage of each world. This is Elmira, the crazy little girl who is the second of a few human characters in the show, who just loves the Tiny Toons to death. Unfortunately, she loves them so much she doesn't realize what she's doing, and often winds up hurting them in the process. So you have to avoid her until the exit appears, in which you have to quickly get inside it before she can grab you. If she touches you, then you have to replay the second level all over again. Now here we are in the third level of World 1. It's a castle theme with spooky floating jack-o'-lanterns and the rats flying around. It's a pretty easy level. You just take your time, jump over the gaps, watch for the jack-o'-lanterns, they're somewhat easy to dodge, and jump on any rats you see in your way. Now if you climb up here, you can find this balloon here, which gives you a stopwatch. The stopwatch freezes the enemies for, I think, maybe 10 seconds. It's pretty short, which allows you to quick get ahead. Now, I just dodged those falling spike things, similar to the thwomps in Mario Brothers. And we move along this ledge here, where, upon jumping past those two areas, 4 ghosts shoot out. I'm not really sure what triggers the ghosts, as sometimes they appear and sometimes they don't. That time, all 3 sets of them appear, but quickly run by them and you'll be at the first boss of the world. Dr. Freaky, as I believe his name is riding on a skateboard throwing anvils at us. He's pretty easy. Just stand a little away from him and he'll throw his anvil, and then when he rides back at you, just simply jump on his head. You can jump on his head a lot quicker, but that's the safest way to do it. Jump on him 3 times and he's done. Once he's defeated, he goes away, like falls through the screen, and a key appears. That key was the object of World 1. There are 5 keys in the level, as there's 6 worlds, the 6th one being the last one, and you need all 5 keys to get through Montana Max's mansion, which is the last level of the game. So now we're hopping across Acme Acres, that I mentioned before, the fictional city where they all live, to World 2, which is a sea setting. Now here I'm going to be using Plucky Duck. Now Plucky is the kid version of Daffy Duck, well, based off Daffy Duck anyway, and he's a smooth-talking, wisecracking, crazy little duck that happens to be one of my favorite characters. His ability is he can fly, well, obviously being a duck. He's also very good at swimming in the water, again, being a duck. By continually pressing A, he can float for a little bit, not really flying, which makes getting through levels very, very easy. He also swims, the fastest and the best being, of course, the duck, which makes him the top choice of many players who play through this game. Usually they'll just run and just fly through each level. Now the hearts here, that I got one in the first world, but I didn't mention it, they allow you to get 1 extra hit. Normally, if you get hit once, you die, but with a heart, you can take an extra hit and keep going. If you have 1 heart and you pick up another, it instantly gives you another life. Now with that level done, we go on to 2-2 as the score totals up, and we see, I forget his name, he's something the Condor, whose famous thing is Dope Dope. Now here's the first and only water level of the game. If you float up along the first wall and jump over it, you can get to the heart at the beginning of the level. It's the only heart in the level. And then, of course, you have to wait for the fish to move so you can jump back down in the water and take off. Be careful to avoid the spiny things here, as I just use the underwater specialty that each character has. As you see, there's a power meter there, and when you're underwater, they'll spin and shoot a little whirlpool thing, which can take out enemies. It makes it very useful for getting by, especially in this part here. So now we're going to go past... Well, no, let's go back up here. No, we're going to keep going this way. That's right here. Plucky can also swim against the currents that other characters can't get by. Normally the currents would push you, but if you're Daffy, if you're Plucky, you can swim through them and get to the areas behind them. Normally, if there's anything there. This time we get to the second white door of the game and meet Hampton once again. Now I'm going to be showing off the locations of all the white doors. I won't necessarily be going into all of them, because this just put us at max lives. You can have a maximum of 9 lives in the game, and you can hold 99 carrots in the game. So if you have 99 carrots, or at least 90 carrots, you can get the maximum amount of lives from Hampton, being 3. So now we're proceeding onward, swimming through the water, avoiding the jellyfish here and the spinies. Jumping out now, and reaching the exit. Now, of course, this being the second world, before we go on to the third level, we have Elmira. Now, the Elmira levels are different each time. This one is one of the easier ones, as you can just stay above here and she can't get you. All you have to do is then wait for the exit to appear, and then quickly run into it when it shows up. Now, you may have to lure her away and get her to stand off to the side so you can sprint for it, but otherwise it's not too difficult. To run or sprint, you just simply hold the B button and start moving, and you'll gain pretty good momentum, which will augment your jump substantially. Now here we are at the last level of World 2, a pirate ship run by crazy pirates. With Bucky, you can simply fly over the bulk of the ship, coming to the very end where you have to go through this one little area here, as even going above it doesn't lead anywhere. So you go inside, where we have rats with anvils. You gotta be careful here, as I'm gonna get this heart. It's another life that's pretty much useless, but who cares? The anvils are easy to dodge, just get a little close to them, as saying that I just got hit by it. If you just get close enough to them, they'll throw it right over you, or if you stay back enough